Why haven't we seen more religious figures like yourself speak out against Hamas and the attacks of October 7th?
I wonder. I played my role as an individual, as a responsible person of a different religious organization. Played my role. I raised my voice. I wanted others to join this voice, or if they would have raised their voices, I would love to join them. But it is a shared responsibility. And if we are not raising our voices today, no one will raise their voice for us in future.
Absolutely.
I told you, we are living in a global village. It's no more the question of nationalities or nations. We are a global nationality. We have a global nationality, and we are a global neighborhood. Like right now, while sitting in Israel and Islamabad, we both are connected. We are watching each other. We are talking to each other. Everything which happens with you or which happens with me has an impact on you or me. We are not irrelevant anymore. We are living in global village. We have to realize that.
My guest today is Pir Syed Mudassir Nazar Shah. He's a prominent leader in Pakistan's Sufi community. He's the chairman of the Netherlands-based Sufi Council, where he leads the largest global network of Sufi leaders, addressing critical issues like extremism, promoting tolerance, and fostering collaboration among diverse communities. He's also the head of the Global Imam Council for South Asia and the founder and president of the Sufism, Arts, Culture, and Heritage Institute. He joins me today from Islamabad, Pakistan. As a Sufi leader, can you tell me a little bit about what is Sufism and how does it fit within the two branches of Islam and Sunni and in Shia?
Sufism is all about mysticism. It addresses the mystic values of a human being. It is not stick or copyrighted with a religion. As in Sufi Council, we believe that Sufism is the essence of all religions. So every human being who has a soul and sometimes he has a mystical experiences in his or her life has some mystical values which he or she likes to follow or enjoy to have some mystical experiences, we actually recognize him or her as a Sufi, as a mystic. So whether one belongs to Islam, Christianity, Judaism, Hinduism, Buddhism, Sikhism, but when someone say that I have a mystical experience or I have some mystical values or I want to learn about mystical values or the mystical expression or experience of the life, that is how we define Sufism. Now you can fit the definition of Sufism in all religions, their sections and subsections and sects and subsects. It fits everywhere. You are a mystic, I'm a mystic. People who are around you and me right now supporting stuff, they have their own mystical values and experiences. They all are mystics. So we recognize every human being as a mystic until he or she denies not to be.
Pierre, can you give me a little bit of an explanation of Sufism within Islam?
You can recognize Sufism within Islam as the cultural and the folk face of Islam. It's more a cultural face of Islam. It is a decentralized structure of believers of Islam who, like, they are not rigid, they are not violent extremists. They love culture, they love their traditions. They are connected very much with the soil rather connecting themselves uh, any personality which is very far away. They connect themselves, people and guides who are nearer to them. So you will find the folk values in Sufism. You will find the cultural values in Sufism. You will find them to pay regards and pay their respects to the shrines of saints. They always try to be humble. They always try to be pleasant. They always try to be helpful for others, and they are not there to discriminate with anyone. These are the core values of Sufism in Islam.
Is there a difference when it comes to Sunni versus Shia when it comes to Sunnism?
Of course, you will find the Sufi traditions more in Sunnism, and but as far as I know, there is no harm of being Sufi and Shia on the same time. Uh, Somehow, in the present time, the clergy of, I must say, Shia faith, they people who are sitting in Iran, they don't want Sufis to influence uh, people who are already in their influence under their command. So you will find so many examples of persecution of Sufis in Iran. Otherwise, I personally don't find a harm being Sufi and Shia at the same time.
As a religious Muslim leader, you just mentioned Iran there and the Islamic Republic's control of the Iranian people. I want to get your view on the actions that the Iranian regime takes against the Iranians and other peoples here across the Middle East through its proxies, Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis.
They are violating the international laws, modern days norm of living together, neighborhood of countries, some bilateral and multilateral agreements, and above all, they are risking humanity. They're risking humanity. Whenever you install a proxy or support a proxy, that proxy doesn't bring something good to the land where you are supporting them or the neighborhood. And sometimes it's bring back fire home.
We've witnessed the rise in radical Islam throughout the Middle East since the 1980s, and now it's spreading to the West as well, in Europe and the United States. I want to get from you, as a religious leader, an expert, tell us about how these radical extremists have pervasively distorted the religion to fit their own agenda.
So let me tell you one thing, and you may differ with me. I don't find any form of Islam a radical Islam. Muslims are radical. You can find radical Muslims who claim to be Muslims, and they are radical. And they take Islam as a shelter, as a justification for their radical agendas, their violent extremist and somehow terrorist agendas. You will not find a Muslim society as an extremist society. You will find elements of extremism in that society. Now you have entered, like you are sitting in Israel right now. You have entered in Abrahamic Accord. You know that how Muslim nations are dealing with you. You have a bright future for Abrahamic Accord. This is not limited to couple of countries whom you are engaged right now. The possibility of engaging with more countries are there. You have partnered with Azerbaijan. You know that how the society of Azerbaijan accepted Israelis and how Israelis accepted the Azer society. And you partnered with them. You are now having businesses in UAE. They are having businesses with you. So if it's about society, Muslim society can, by definition, it cannot be radical. The whole society cannot be radical. There are elements, and yes, they are. I completely agree with you when you say that they used Islam to cover up their hidden political, financial agendas and bring the slogans of Islam for their own interests. We have experienced it here in Pakistan. Like there is a continuous war of terrorism going on this land for the last 40 years. We have gone through it. We have sacrificed more than 80,000 lives. When I'm talking to you right now, a couple of days before, we had an attack on a railway station where a couple of dozen people have lost their lives. It was a terrorist attack in Balochistan. So we exactly know the damage of terrorism. We exactly know the price a country pays when terrorists attack on, whether it's name of religion, whether it's name of nationalism, whatever it is. But it is terrorism.
We witnessed a major anti-Semitic attack, several attacks, in fact, against Jewish and Israeli football fans in Amsterdam who were visiting to watch a football match. I want to get your reaction to that.
Not specific to one incident. Anti-Semitism is not acceptable, not because it is against Jews. I believe that anti-Semitism provides the uh, justification to religious extremists to bash and push back a religious community, whether they are Jews. It starts from Jews, but it will end on Muslims as well. So no one will be, if this spread, no one will be spared of. So I condemn any and every incident of anti-Semitism, hate speech, and any kind of terrorist activity, wherever it is taking place on the globe. Not specific to one country or one community. It's my general, it's my general statement for everywhere. Israel comes in it. Amsterdam comes in it. Quetta, Balochistan comes in it. Tehran comes in it. Shiraz comes in it. Everywhere.
Thank you so much for bravely standing up against anti-Semitism. It's a very rare voice. I have to say, from our perspective, from watching from Jerusalem, we haven't heard so many religious leaders come out against anti-Semitism and the October 7th attacks, which I'd like to discuss with you. How Hamas and the crimes the terror group committed against civilians on that horrific day go against Islam.
Yeah, of course. And I'll request you not to tag them with Islam and Muslims. The attackers of 7th October they had nothing doing with Islam, or they had nothing doing with Muslim community. Those attacks were barbaric, and I don't have words to discuss those attacks with you. Those are innocent kids, innocent women, innocent people, more than 1,000, more than 1,200. They had lives, they had future. Their parents were waiting for them to come from that festival. Their loved ones were waiting for, and still today they are remembering them. They had planned for them. People who died, they have planned for their kids, their siblings. How could this be justified on the name of religion? Islam doesn't permit it, and no religion permits it. Terrorism has nothing doing with any religion, and no religion can stand behind the terrorist activity. I, in clear words, with conviction, condemn October 7 attacks, and my thoughts and prayers are with the effects of those attacks. That was pure terrorism, and it should be dealt once for all.
In your eyes, why are we seeing so many of these terrorist groups rise out of the Middle East? We're seeing Daesh, we're seeing the Muslim Brotherhood, Hamas, Hezbollah. Where does it come from?
Something is wrong there. Something is wrong there. You will hardly find these groups having their foots in the societies where you will find Sufis in majority. So radicalism is coming from some, it's clear that something is wrong there. And now we have to fix that wrong. The world will fix that wrong if we don't. There is no space. No one is ready to tolerate his or her children's dead body. Just because you interpret your religion in a particular way, it doesn't mean that people will ready to sacrifice their kids on your interpretation of religion. No, it is not possible. The fanatic translations and the fanatic, I must say, I am forgetting the word to express this, the fanatic explanations of religious writings or historical events is leading us towards a hell. We must stop it. And again, it's a general principle. It's a matter of a principle. It doesn't apply on a religion. But right now, it is coming from Muslim countries. So They have to think over it.
Islam and Judaism both believe in the sanctity of the body after death. In fact, both religions believe that a body should be laid to rest as soon as possible following the death. How does Islam view the keeping of the bodies of hostages such as Hamas has done since October 7th?
As you said rightly, that both religions and most of the religions, they believe in the sanctity of the bodies after death. So you're right, that is un-Islamic. That has no justification in Islam. So I am with full responsibility. I declare it un-Islamic. This is barbaric. Even the hostages, I don't know if there is a real word for them because they are not hostages. They have, like, even there is no reason to keep them under custody. You think a 90 years old lady was hostage? She was kidnapped by terrorists. Kids who were enjoying the festival, they were hostage. And that you consider them Israelis? No, they are global citizens. Who took them? Terrorists. We have to be together to address this issue, not on the basis of country, caste, creed, or religion. October 7 was a challenge for humanity. And we all have to address it together. No one is ready to take it again. No one is ready to take it again. Neither you in Israel nor I am in Pakistan. We all want to see the future of our kids bright and prosper.
Pierre, you spoke about the Abraham Accords earlier, the series of normalization deals between Israel and other Arab states here in the region and in North Africa. I want to talk to you. Do you think that there is a possibility that one day those Abraham Accords will include Pakistan? Are there discussions? Is that something that people on the streets are talking about?
Yes, I see it happening. People are discussing about, people are posing it. It is talk of the town. So it's just matter of few days, few weeks, or few months. We are living in a modern world, Sarah. We cannot be disconnected with each other. We cannot, neither we afford to live in isolation nor you. We have common friends. We have common grounds. We have connectivities. We have common interests even sometimes. So ignoring the existing of Israel or ignoring the existence of Pakistan is not possible anymore. I'm optimist. We will see that very soon.
Pierre, thank you very much for sharing your perspective and your optimism today with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sarah. Take care.